Alright, doing a crash course in doing GIFs. I use 3 programs. I use VLC Media Player and Avid, and then I use Photoshop for the last. So, well, I basically only maybe use these 2 the most, just Photoshop and Avid, but we'll get to that. So I have the video that I want, and I converted it and everything to a file that would work in this program. So open this one, and I already have it open, which is tiny, so we'll go back, press A. These are like kind of like, I guess, call them keyframes. So I want to get this one. I'll scrub to the one I want. So let's see. So play it. So say I want that one. So arrow back. Okay, and then you click on A, which will be where it'll start with the first GIF, and then play it to where you want it to stop. And you can always put the arrow back, stop on that specific frame, and then hit B. That's like your A is your starting point, B is your ending point. So I have that. So I have the series that I want. Then I'm going to already have the folder that I want it to be sent to, which is the untitled folder right here. So I'm going to File, Save, Save Selection as JPEG Images, and then I'll type in A and hit Save. Then it's saving them. So it saved 53 images. And click OK. And they saved it to that folder. I already had it going to that folder, so you can choose whatever folder you want that to go to. So hide that. Now we're going into Photoshop. And I have CS5. I think you have CS4, but it's really not that different. But then you're going to, you want to have your animation frame open, this thing right here at the bottom. So in order to see that, you go to Window, and I already have it checked, but you probably have it unchecked. So go to Window and click Animation. And then you already have your series of images in this folder. So I'm going to go back to Photoshop and do File, Scripts, Load Files into Stack, Browse, and I already have it set to the folder. So I'll do about up to about 30. I'll do about 30. So select, usually I would select all of them, but I'm going to do 30. So hit Open, OK. Wait a minute to load the sequence. It's taking a while. Sometimes it takes a little longer. Okay, and once it's done, then I usually like to resize, and I'll crop it because sometimes I don't like all this other additional stuff. So I'll crop it, and I have, these are like usually the Tumblr sizes. So the width is usually, if you want to do the little GIFs, is usually 245, and then the height can usually be about 160. This is my favorite size, 245 by 160. So I have the crop tool, and then I'm going to say just want to get her out right there. And then you have that, and then double click, and it'll do it to that size. And then go to the arrow, click Make Frames from Layers. So it'll make all the frames. And it has them in reverse, so it's going backwards right now. But what you want to do is select all frames and then reverse so that they're all going in the right direction. So there, she goes, put our arrow down. Okay. And then select all, and the seconds, they usually determine how fast or how slow it'll go. So I usually put mine, don't know why, but I just like the speed at 0.06. And I click OK. And play it through. Looks good. Alright. So then File, Save for Web and Devices. And usually play with the settings. It can't exceed 1 megabyte. because Tumblr is a jerk. So I usually try to get as close to about a 999 kilobytes or something like that, but just don't exceed 1 megabyte. So, okay, so that's good. So we got 949 kilobytes. So, looks good. Alright, so I'm going to save it. Oh, and also use these settings too. I just put them at that. So, make sure GIF, selective, diffusion, transparency. Give you a second to look at that. So, the screen. Don't mess with anything down here. Leave all this alone. You usually just want to mess with this one, the color, so that determines the size. But once you have these set, they usually stay that way unless you manually change them. So just mess with this. So 256 is the highest. That's as many colors. So then we'll save. And then you save wherever you want. I have a folder that I always save to, but I'll put it on my desktop. So I'll put Jenny. And then images only format. Don't touch that, so leave that. Default settings, good. And then hit save. Alright, and then hide Photoshop. And there it is on my desktop. So I'm going to go and play. Oh, they're saying that. Okay, so then we're going to drop it into this. And voila, there's the GIF. And then, of course, upload it to Tumblr if you want, photo. And the maximum you can do is 10. So I have to I'll use what I used last night. So I'm sure you already know how to do this, but if you want to import them all in there, so let's say you want to do 2. So 2 that I want. So we'll do 2. Then, of course, you can drag, drop. And Tumblr will let you know if the file is too big because it'll say like error, have all the red and everything up. So everything's good here, so you don't have to worry about that. But it'll usually let you know if it's too big and it won't let you upload. So good. Close. Yes. Alright, and there you go. That's how you make a GIF. And then next one, once you get this down, then I'll show you how to make them look really pretty and colorful and exotic looking. So yeah, there you go. All set. Now I'm going to go watch Bates Motel. Jerk. Adios.